Hello, beautiful Wayshowers and luminaries in training. I am so excited to bring you the April 2023 energy interpretation. My name is Casey Aileen Knight. I am a elemental wisdom keeper, creation coach, and mentor to beautiful Wayshowers and light leaders and luminaries who are here to really be the example of what is possible in our ever-changing landscape here on the planet. I am here to help you bring your cosmic soul magic and embody it and then share it with the world in a way that makes the world a better place, but through your own living example. And every month I tune in to the energetic stream of what I want Wayshowers to know about in order to prepare for the upcoming energies. It's less about psychic predictions and more about me feeling into the energetic wave of what is upcoming that we are going to be co-creating with. And then the tips and tricks and techniques and focuses for you to be able to handle it with more grace, ease, and flow, as well as starting to really create your world around you and your life intentionally, because you are here to do that and to do it in a very abundant way. So when I tuned in to April 2023, as always, I get like a whole vision of what the energy is going to be in a symbolic, poetic expression. And this one was weird because I am not a sports person, but I was suddenly at a basketball game. And it was like fully multi-sensorial, the squeaking of the runners on the court and the hearing of the bouncing of the basketball and the hearing of fans in the stands. And I was all of a sudden the basketball being dribbled down the court. And it was like down and up and down and up and down and up. And it felt pretty violent. I was like, what is even happening here? I've never been a basketball before, so it was really wild. But then suddenly, multidimensionally, I was still the basketball, but I was also the basketball player who was in control of that up and down motion, who was dribbling the ball and moving through the court and about to take a shot. And suddenly it came to me, this understanding of like, what is going on? And it was the game. April is all about understanding the game and playing the game and not just allowing ourselves to be the basketball, to be the pawn, to be the tool, to be the object that feels like it is moving like up and down and being beaten to the ground, but rather to understand that we are the player who is actually at those higher levels in control of the up and down trajectory, and that it all serves a purpose. The purpose is a game. So it's not as serious as we can sometimes take it. There are so many levels and layers to this metaphor. And I really want you to understand that as I'm saying, we are playing a game, the infinite game right now. I am not diminishing human experience and human suffering and the realities of being human, but I also am inviting you to remember and rise in your multidimensional expression and your power and seeing that higher perspective. If you can zoom out to the highest perspective, where you are not only the basketball player, but you're actually also the opponents. You're also the court and the referees and the audience at the highest level. Your capacity to tune into the experience of all of these different elements is growing. Many of you have been training for this. And I remember in February of 2022, this was one of the lessons that was coming in for February and March was like, start practicing being able to zoom in to, the details of your human experience and feeling that fully, but then also zooming out to your higher levels, to your multidimensionality and tuning into how deeply connected they all are. And the reason this is important is because the energy is going to continue to be intense. I'm sorry, it still is. In fact, there is going to be an acceleration, and that is going to feel like more intensity, but also velocity and momentum for those that have been showing up and have been doing the work and have been choosing to release all the baggage. If you've been with me for energy interpretations over the last few years, the themes kind of felt like they were repeating themselves. It was release the stuff that is ready to go. Like you need to be letting go of the old stuff that is holding you down and the stuff that's not really you, the programs, stories, dramas, traumas, all of that. It like heal it and release it because we are heading on this journey. There was also a lot of focus over the last couple years since I've been doing this really on deepening your self-care, starting to show up for yourself first, which is such a challenge for the Wayshowers. And it was about preparing the foundation, getting your habits into place, like setting that foundation up so that you could be here now. And now is the time that we have really been waiting for and preparing for. And your invitation to be the game, to play the game intentionally, consciously, and really anchor in your power as a creator, co-creator of what you want to experience in this life. Those that are watching this right now, you know that what we are seeing on the planet is the dissolution at such a grand scale of all of the things that are not working anymore. And there is so much light streaming to the planet, as well as from the planetary core, as well as from the hearts of all the illuminated souls that have been doing the work to release all the stuff that was in the way of that light that's always been there. There's so much light that we can see all of the shit. There's so much light that we can see all the chaos. And that looks very chaotic, but it's important for cleanup, for the release that we're in right now. And what is really coming in strong is it's your time to stop doing, okay, feel into it, but for the people, the big subset of the people that are listening to me right now, you've been doing your healing work, you've been doing your processes. It's time to start creating and not focusing on healing so much that you're just always looking for more to heal, more to clear, more to release. What I want you to do is start to do that as you are going and creating the other things, not looking for it, but rather moving in the direction of what you want to create, what you want to see, who you want to be. And as things come up to heal and clear, do it, but you need to be replacing it with something, consciously moving forward, using that energy. It is so important that you are not just stuck in only healing, only clearing right now, because you will get stuck there and bogged down there. And you'll be like, wow, there is infinite clearing. Yes, there is. If you don't replace that void energy with something consciously. And so with your multidimensional awareness, it's really the merging of the human and the divine, the understanding that you are you, yes, and you're also so much more. You are the creative force that also creates everything else. You are part of that, part of what made the sun and the moon and the stars and the nebulas and the infinite cosmos. So play the game. Your invitation is to start acting like it and being it. And you have to be perfect at it. No, no, no. I am not saying that. You are going to mess up. You are going to make mistakes. In fact, we're probably going to really accelerate in our mistake making over the next while. And I want you to take a deep breath in on that when you hear it, okay? Because we are in a new level. And a lot of this is new, and nobody really knows how to do it. Nobody really knows how to create in these new energies. We're learning as we're going. So we have to get out of the feeling of needing to make it perfect and to just say, I'm learning as I go, and let yourself be new at it. Let yourself make mistakes. And instead of beating yourself up and taking yourself out of the game, just going, well, let me try again. Right? You miss all the shots you don't take, but in order to even be able to make a shot, you have to try hundreds and thousands of times. For mastery, you have to fail more than beginners even tried. You can't be afraid to fail. You can't be afraid to mess up. You have to be willing to practice imperfectly, because that is how you learn how to, basketball metaphor again, how to do a 3-point shot through the line. You can't slam dunk if you've never tried. right? Like it's not going to happen on your first try. It's probably not going to happen on your 100th try, but you have to be like a child learning how to walk. So absolutely resolute in your devotion to learning and growing that giving up is not an option. When you were a child learning to walk, you did not fall down for the 195th time that day and say, you know what, screw it, learning to walk isn't worth it. Maybe you did for an hour. Maybe you decided not to try for a little bit so you could gather your strength, but you didn't actually give up. You rested and then you went on to learn to walk, and you probably still fall down sometimes. It's a thing that humans do. Walking is actually controlled falling. So you're learning how to control your fall. You get to refine your trajectory, but you're not going to be able to do it perfectly. So, opening up in April is the understanding that the game we are playing is not as serious as we like to make it out to be, even though in the human, we have to feel the feelings, we have to acknowledge the suffering that is real, and also remember that we are infinite creator beings. And if this existence that we are in right now is wiped out, we still exist multidimensionally in all kinds of planes and places. So when you take that multidimensional perspective, you can play the game with more fun, with more ease, with more flow, with more possibility, because you're not drained under the weight of how serious it is. It's time to create from that spaciousness, from that place of possibility and multidimensionality and absolute perseverance to the goal, learning to walk, run, fly, whatever it is you're ready to do. And then the goal is going to keep expanding, right? Because just like those children learning to walk, they don't stop at walking. They're like, hey, now I'm going to learn how to run. Now I'm going to learn how to jump. Now I'm going to learn how to run really fast and skip. Have you ever watched someone try to learn how to skip? It's hilarious. I'm talking like skip to the loo with the knees up high as well as a skipping rope. And then people learn how to cartwheel and people learn how to do double backflips. But they go off in different trajectories. You're going to be growing at an exponential pace if you allow yourself to make the mistakes, to not take it that seriously, to brush yourself off, rest if you need a rest, but then go, okay, I'm going to keep going. And that resolution is what is going to bring you through the intensity of April, because we're going to fall down, we're going to get battered and bruised. And I promise you, as someone who actually became a professional performing artist, who also became a a national level trampoline gymnast, you're going to get bruised and you're going to get battered, and it is so going to be worth it, because the stuff that you get to do on the other side of that, what you're going to do is going to change the world through the joy that you are going to follow. So I want to give you the actual focuses, because I'm giving you a lot of high level. This is where you're going in April and beyond. Let's dial it into what you need, body, mind, heart, and soul, to be able to do this, and what the focus can be to support you the most. And in an exciting, very celebratory, especially because this is happening right at the beginning of spring, right after the spring equinox in my world, in a very celebratory moment, I'm going to say my oracle card deck that I worked tirelessly upon. No, I got really tired and I stopped for a bit and I rested. Is ready and available to the public now. Previously only available to my creation coaches. But now I have my Elemental Forces of Creation Oracle deck, the Alchemy Edition, which I was originally created by my mentor, Lisa Michaels, that I, with Nicole Rose, have revitalized and renewed with 5 elements, focusing on body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit. Action. Spirit and soul are the same thing. And the action realm. It's available. So if you want deck, or to learn how to read this deck, it is now available for you. And I'll drop that link below. But the reason I like working with the elements so much is because we need all of them. You cannot become a basketball player in the NBA without having your body taken care of, your mindset taken care of, your emotional heart set taken care of, your spirit, your soul essence. It has to be available as well, your connection with that divine energy, and also the actions need to all be in place. So when we look at these 5 different elements or realms, we can be prepared in a holistic way to do what we are here to do. If we leave any one element of this behind, our creations, our manifestations, and our life is going to flop. Like, you cannot miss any one of these elements. So I'm going to start with spirit. What is coming through from the realm of spirit, the ineffable, for you all is grace and trust. This is the essential key to be able to play the game. Grace and trust. That is what I was talking about. When you fall down 195 times, you get up again and you're like, I'm still going to learn how to do it. I'm just not there yet. And that grace and trust is the thing that will support you. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust the universe, the fields, other people. That trusting is the only way forward, right? To also invite grace in to support you. And grace is that providence that is beyond what we could have planned for. Feeling of that will take us and carry us through to be able to play the game. And then let's look at the emotional realm. And what will also take you through, aligned with this grace and trust in the emotional realm of water, which is magnetic, is emotional maturity. And that, again, is necessary, because if you don't have the emotional maturity to reparent yourself and give yourself all that you need, you are going to just lay in a pile, lay in a heap, and say, you know what? I just can't. I just can't. I give up. I suck. Right? The emotional maturity is to look at yourself and say, okay, what do you need? What do you need? Body, mind, heart, and soul. What is required here? And there's also a piece that wants come in about surrendering to what is and seeing it for what it truly is, which is part of that seeing it as a game without the manipulation, but understanding that you're a co-creator and there's a lot of moving parts and you can't control other people. Your role is to control yourself and find the flow. It's the other water message that wants to come through. Finding your flow will support you in this entire experience of playing the game at this next level. Because I feel like, again, sports metaphors that are super awkward for me, you are leveling up from your maybe like high school team, your collegiate team, to the NBA. That is the message spirit wants me to tell you. Like, you are in the big leagues. You are, even if you don't feel like it, energetically, you have done so much to prepare for this moment. So I love it. I just pulled the air card. Air is the mental realm. And so perfect with what I was just saying. Because this card deck, it's always perfect. Like, I've taught retreats and classes where people are pulling a card and the entire room goes, ooh, that's perfect. And yeah, you were here to soar. You were here to freaking fly. This is part of the game now where you get to fly. And when you're learning to fly, are you going to stay aloft 24/7? All of it? No, you will come down to rest and you will probably crash land sometimes. And it's so going to be worth it, because I know you've had dreams of flying. You've probably flown in other ways, but this is your time to energetically soar to heights that you could not have imagined before. The availability for the light leaders, the wayshowers, the luminaries, the people that are here to be the teachers and healers and examples of what is possible, everything is opening up for us now. Can you feel it? Can you feel the capacity that is expanding? And don't let your mind start to go, well, I don't know how to soar, so I can't do it. This is the point. We're practicing. We're going to mess it up. And you have to believe that this is possible. So I want you to feel into the feeling of soaring. If you need to go and meditate and like shapeshift into a bird and feel what that feels like, I want you to practice this in April. Feel it in your body. Feel it in your bones. Feel it in every cell of your being, every fiber of you, and then calibrate to that energy of soaring. Okay? So what that is going to require from you on the very physical level and the earth with the systems and the structures is a message from earth about tending. And that means you can't just let the garden that you are trying to grow, this go wild. I know it's tempting. I know you're busy, but you have to tend to all of the things in the physical realm to be able to soar, to be able to have the grace and trust, to be able to have this emotional maturity. You need all of the pieces. As I was alluding to in what we had been preparing for was the foundations, the self-care, the physicality of it. If you're not taking care of your body, how are you going to play the game? How are you going to soar? Does an NBA player leave their nutrition and their physiotherapy and their training just to chance? Absolutely not. Do they neglect it? No, they can't. To be able to perform at this optimal level where you are truly soaring, you need to tend to your body in a new, clear way with your bigger why to soar, to fly, to create, to play the game at a higher level in mind. And I know for myself personally, this is a constantly evolving and expanding thing. And I went through this process when I moved my business online after 7 or 8 years of teaching movement arts, where I got all of my exercise and nutrition like through my business. And I moved online, started sitting at my darn desk and left my body behind because I was so focused on one piece. And that wasn't sustainable. And when I really, I mean, I was working on it and evolving and getting back there after the last couple of years. But when I started to put my why, so that I could soar and create and play and be abundant as the why for the tending of my body, this became so much easier. It locked it into place. So find your why you need to tend to your physical realm, why you need to tend to your finances, why you need to tend to your body, why you need to tend to your home, to your car. So it all runs in this optimal way. And that also includes resting. It also includes getting support. You can't do this all by yourself. You require the community. I'd highly recommend having a mentor as well to hold you. As someone who is holding others, having someone hold you that is invested in you directly, that is a game changer. That will support you more than anything. And if you cannot find a mentor, just ask the universe. Or if you don't have the funds or finances, be like, what would it be like and what would it take for me to have this experience because I want it, because I want to soar and put the grace and the trust in so that you can have more support, because that is also essential in this time. It is rising together, team humanity, working with each other, not doing it alone. And so we're finalizing with the fire realm, which is the realm of action and illumination, my fave. And the card that is going to just illustrate what we need is energized. So the energized energy is the passion. And that's why I didn't pre-pull these cards, by the way. I was shuffling while I was speaking. I'm not sure if you could see that. The energy comes from the passion. The energy comes from your why. The energy comes from focusing on what is possible. The energy comes from being so invested in what is possible that you don't lose sight of it and you don't get trapped in looking at what is right now. Don't get trapped and let your energy collapse and be siphoned out of you by looking at what's happening in the collective, looking at all the problems. Look at the problems so you can find the solutions, so you can be the solution, right? Luminaries, light leaders, wayshowers, you are here to be the change. It has to happen at the personal level first, but through the personal level and your expansion into tending for your entire being to the point that you can soar and you're pulling through channels of abundance and you are in your most multidimensional creator magic, then you get to solve the problems and support other people in doing that as well. This is the bigger game we're playing. This is what is available to you. So taking a deep breath in. The phrase, don't hate the player, hate the game, is coming up. And I want you to also destroy and uncreate that. Find a way to love the game. Find a way to love the game that you are playing. Find a way to have the passion behind it, the capacity to soar with it, the capacity to energize your creations with your passion, with your desire to soar, your desire to create, your desire to be an example of what is possible. That takes emotional maturity, again, to not get sucked in all of the other stuff that's like a vacuum that can bring you down. Your job is not to play down there. Your job is to soar. But you can only do that through tending to the physical realm and what actually needs to happen to be both human and divine, taking care of the meat suit, taking care of your finances. You cannot look away and just let the garden get so full of weeds that it's choking out the beautiful fruits that are wanting to grow. And finally, Spirit was saying, grace and trust, my loves. Trust. Trust yourself first, and trust that you are so, so supported. And this is the final piece I'm going to leave you with for April 2023. Your luminous team is available for you 24/7. Stop thinking you have to do it alone. Find the communities, find the mentorships, find the support in your real physical realm, but tune into your etheric realm as well, because there are legions of beings, named and unnamed, known and unknown, who have your back, and they are just waiting for you to ask them for support, including the elements, including Gaia, including your highest self, your multidimensional fractals. Right? They're there for you. Luminous ancestors, friends, guides, councils, star nations, brothers and sisters. Like, there is so much support. They're all rooting for you. They're all cheering for you. And they're excited to see what you do next. So, anchoring this all in, my beautiful friends, with a breath and with my sincere desire for you to have some freaking fun with it, okay? It's not always easy. Falling down, falling on your face, having the hardships, that's hard. It sucks. But you have to find the pockets of fun, and remembering it's a game will take you so much further than anything else, right? Have some fun with it. And now I will let you know, if you desire to be able to do this in your own way, to be able to channel through the information that is for you and maybe also for others, tapping into the elemental wisdom of the all that is one way that you can support yourself in doing that. And the card deck, the 90 card deck that I just showed you, is now available. I'll link it below. You can go to elementalmanifestation.com, and it is now available. I'm so excited. It has been a long freaking journey to say that. You can also get the card deck for free if you really want to amplify your intuition, where I teach you how to tune in and open that channel and be an elemental wisdom keeper and be able to work with the all that is, because those elements all make up the unified field of everything: body, mind, heart, and soul, earth, air, fire, water, and spirit, coupled with the action realm. That's the all that is. If you want to be a balanced, whole human who is also divine, who knows how to work with these energies to create in real time on the planet Earth, learning to work with elemental wisdom and channel it through was the thing that allowed me to fully be here, to fully be human and know how to create in this plane. Because I, as many of you, remember being that multidimensional etheric being who could just think, and then so it was, and I'd get to Earth and I'd be like, what? Why is it harder here? We need to learn how to manifest and create on this planet, in this earth realm, and the elemental template is the how. The elemental template will give you what you need infinitely. I've been working with the elements for 12 years and many lifetimes, 13 years now, and they consistently give me exactly what I need in every moment. And so I teach people how to do this inside the Elemental Forces of Creation Oracle Card Reader certification. Whether you want to do it professionally or just have that channel open for yourself so you can create the abundance and prosperity that you desire with the help of the all that is, the unified field and all the elements in Gaia, I teach that inside that course. So you can check that out. Again, they're going to pop up as an option when you go to elementalmanifestation.com. They'll say, do you want to get the card for free? Do you want to learn how to open your channel and speak with the wisdom of the elements at your side? It's a thing you can do too. I'm not special. I have trained many people how to do this, and multiple other beautiful beings have connected with the elements on their own. And I tell you, It is how we can truly bring our cosmic magic down to earth to actually create and affect change in a holistic and beautiful way. We can support all of humanity through our own selves first, so we can be the example of that harmony that is so essential for creation in this realm. If you have questions, of course, leave them below. Beautiful divine beings, I'm so excited for what we're going to create. Remember, the outside world does not dictate your reality as a co-creator. You are here to be the change and illuminate, not to get trapped in what's happening for everyone else. Be that change, be the light, be the example of what is possible. And let's play this game. Sending you so much love.